Hey guys, it's me. I got my new phone and wasn't really expecting that this would be my first video. I wasn't gonna make a video. It's kind of how I do things. And so let me just say that I tapered a week ago with the liquid Valium, which has been a nightmare. I've using the syringe that they gave me, and I would just go to try to adjust it, and the Valium would just like go everywhere up the syringe, all over the kitchen counter, and they gave me a small one that measures 1 milliliter, so it has all the markings in between, so you can actually measure the fraction part with that one. But I got so frustrated that I just went ahead and took it down from 7.5 where I was at to 7, because it was just ridiculous trying to measure out, you know, the fractions of it, especially without the 1 millimeter syringe that they gave me. But I don't know. So, you know, that was a week ago. I'm sorry. This is just hell. This is just hell. This is pure hell. Okay. So Saturday, I didn't want it. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I didn't want to do this anymore. I posted yesterday on Facebook a pretty long post about just crying out to God Saturday and just asking Him to just either, you know, take this or take me. You know, and I mean, I said a lot, but I posted it with a song that came on my Pandora during the time where I was just like basically on the floor, just like pleading and crying and begging and at that time I was so scared, because I have the means here to make it all go away in an instant myself. I was scared of my thoughts, and I text my youngest son quickly and just told him I just didn't know if I could go on, and just to please be praying, just to please pray. And I didn't know who to call. I didn't know what else to do, and you know, I don't see him, and I don't know. But right in that moment, the exact moment that I text him, is when, you know, this song came on. This song by Casting Crowns called "Oh My Soul," and it just, I don't know, something happened with it, and later on in the evening, I actually felt a little better and more hopeful. And yesterday I did manage to drive to the pharmacist finally, and to the vitamin shop. That's all. They're both very close by. So I did that, and because I desperately needed a couple things I was out of at the vitamin shop, and I had $20 off coupon that was about to expire. Anyway, and so you know, And then today, it's like, it's back in Hellsville. And it's not a fun Dr. Seuss book. It's, I don't know. My post on Facebook hardly got any response again, and I'm just, but what's weird is I had posted this picture of myself from my high school prom with my boyfriend that I dated all through high school. It's a really beautiful picture. I had posted that recently, just because a Throwback Thursday thing. Instagram, I just shared it on Facebook, and you know, and it got all kinds of response and attention, and I'm thinking, but then I post that I'm fighting for my life, and I don't know how to do this, and there's nobody here. I can't even grab my dog. Nobody responds. Yep, like one, I think. One, yeah. One long-time friend. But I was expressing that I can't lose my faith and hope in God and all this, and I'm not gonna let this take that from me, and it hasn't, and it won't. But you know, I was asking God, like, you know, how much more, how am I supposed to keep going through this by myself and screaming out to people, and you know, that I just, you know, that this is something that we need, like, I mean, there's no medical help for us, so, you know, can't somebody just like show up and like and pray with us, or you know, or keep us from scratching ourselves, or keep us from beating our head, or screaming, or just, you know, take us out for a walk, or and I know there's people that are going to come across these videos and they think, well, that's clearly a crazy person that needs an antidepressant, and you know, or that's a person that just has an anxiety disorder. No, and if the people in my apartments next to me, if it wasn't later here, I'd scream. No, that's not the case. It's not. I didn't have anxiety or panic attacks in my life, ever. I can't express that enough. I never had it. I never had one. Didn't know what one was. Didn't have anxiety. You know, I had a nervous stomach and stuff before I would sing. Before I would get on stage. You know, eventually I got confident with my singing and my stage presence and got over that, for the most part. You always want a little bit of nerves, you know? You don't want to ever be too confident, and it's a good thing. But no, this did not exist. This did not exist in my life before I started getting sick with benzo dependency, interdose withdrawals, and certainly, and then the worst of it being benzo withdrawal syndrome. It just didn't exist, you know, and not in my life. So this is none of that, and you know, and I don't have an addiction, and I've been doing a lot more tweeting, and it's getting quite a bit of attention, which is good, even from the Benzodiazepine Information Coalition, like I said, and they, with some more stuff that I just put stuff out there, you know. But even there was another post about, you know, the difference between the addiction and dependency, you know, and I made a comment that got retweeted, and you know, that it doesn't make me better than an addict. I'm no better of a person than someone with an addiction, with a drug addiction or an alcohol addiction. I'm no better. But that's not my story. I've never been addicted to anything. I didn't smoke. I was a social drinker before. I didn't do drugs. If I was ever addicted to anything, it was running, working out. That was, and that's gotten taken from me too. But no, there is a difference, and there's like someone's responded to my response. Absolutely, because there's been a difference in treatment. Only the thing is, with this, the treatment is just that fight or flight, God. And when I do my videos, it's usually a time where I'm can try to control, calm myself down enough to be able to like be coherent, hopefully. And so most people, and then you kind of feel like you're with somebody, with people who care and who are gonna listen and that express love and concern for me and that make me feel valuable. And you guys don't have to say all that every time. I don't expect it. And I know all of you out there. I know how much you care and how much you're hurting and suffering, and you don't have to keep saying it. It doesn't hurt my feelings if you don't, because I know you. I mean, what more can you say? And sometimes we don't even want to hear, hang in there anymore, because it's like, yeah, okay, hanging in there, but and yeah, some of you would be here as I would be with you, if you could be. So, and I know that. But another thing that's making it so grueling is I have stopped sleeping. So I guess 7 milligram was my insomnia point. I mean, I was not been sleeping much, maybe 3 or 4 hours. And insomnia is what got me into, this mess to begin with, 18 years ago. And, back then I don't know if I tried all the natural stuff back then, because, people really didn't know about it. And I finally watched a couple videos, and I think, Mike, you'd mentioned something about the dark cherry juice. I mean, I'm even aware of all of that stuff, I know all of the stuff that liquid hops and valerian root, dark cherry juice, and of course melatonin, and you can go on and on and on, of things that are supposed to help you sleep. They just never have worked for me, and certainly not through this process. So I've been awake now for 3 days, wide awake for 3 days, and that's not my longest stretch by any means. I've gone much longer than that. But once these stretches hit you again, my last one a few months ago was 8 days, and I'd been wide awake for 8 days. That's when I ended up calling a suicide hotline and had a crisis center here in my apartment. Couldn't even get someone from my church to come by, But that was my big visitors since I've been here, is this crisis people. But I'd been awake for 8 days, but I was still splitting up my doses. So I was at, I think, 10 milligrams then, and I was taking 5 in the morning and 5 at night. And that's when I made the decision to swap over to only taking my dose at night, and then I have stuck to that. Since then I only take my Valium at bedtime, and that helped. That helped me to at least get some sleep. And I would still take a small amount of my anticonvulsant, the Trileptal, because it seemed to help too. But apparently, I don't know if it's the liquid Valium or if it's just the 7 milligram mark that's now set in the insomnia. Oh, this so sucks. I just, we feel so inadequate. I mean, I feel so inadequate, and I'm a very competent person, I mean, I'm intelligent, I like to think of myself as, intellectual and could carry on an intelligent conversation, and you know, I skipped 11th grade. My kids always used to joke with me that when they were growing up, like if I didn't know something, if like that they thought I should know, they'd go like, yeah, well, that's what you get for skipping 11th grade. Or they'd say, oh, they must have taught that in 11th grade, Mom. So it was always funny when they'd say that. So yeah, this is you know, and I was very shy and withdrawn, extremely shy and withdrawn until I was about 22. Really didn't talk much, and people couldn't believe I had started singing. They had known me since I was a kid, but yeah, that really opened me up socially, and then I became a very sociable person. I loved going out with friends. I just loved, you know, I mean, doing all the just fun things, and being around people and talking. And now I talk too much, and I tell people I've try to make up for the first, you know, 20-some years of my life where I didn't talk. And anyway. I don't know why I'm even doing this. I don't even know if I'll upload it. I don't know. I guess sometimes I feel like when I have these days, I feel like it might be my last video, and I want to say something that matters, something that, I don't know, you know, it's like, so I'm not gonna say this is my last video, but and I don't know if I upload it, you know, if you guys comment, I don't know when I'll get back to you. I mean that's the thing, we don't know. This is such a contradictory and unpredictable illness. So, and that's why I guess people don't understand, because they're like, oh, well, but wait, I saw her going to Walmart the other day, so, you know, and now she's acting like she's dying on Facebook, so, I guess that's part of the reason why they stay so distant. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why a church takes you off their email list. I don't know these things. I guess God will answer all these questions one day. I don't know why people leave other people to suffer so much alone. I don't, my heart doesn't comprehend that. My nature doesn't comprehend that. My God that I serve doesn't allow me to comprehend that. So I have to wait till He explains it one day. Oh, I was gonna bring a tissue, sorry. I know. I don't want to be. I apologize for. See, you're worried about you're like worried about whether you're gonna live or not, and then you're worried about if you're wiping your nose on a video. And I miss my kids. My grandson. I wish well, there's pictures of him on Instagram and Facebook. You guys, he is absolutely, well, my son and his wife are just drop dead gorgeous, you know, so, you know, I mean, and my grandson he is absolutely just gorgeous. He is absolutely just gorgeous. That I hardly ever see him. I haven't been really in his life. And he's only downtown. They're like 25, 30 minutes away. I don't ever see them, and I'm so scared sometimes that he's not gonna ever know me, because I'm not gonna be here. And Teresa, my princess, I appreciate what you said about, you know, his rock star grandma. There was a time where I could definitely rock and roll on stage. I miss those days. But you know, I'm not feeling like a butterfly, and I'm sorry. I want to be who I represent on, you know, the other days. I don't take back anything that I've said as far as my diet, you know, the things that I do that I feel have brought me better days, that got me, that allowed me to be a part of my grandson's first birthday party and things like that. So I don't take any of that back. You know, you know, with the anxiety and the panic, you know, I stay completely away from, you know, caffeine or, you know, anything, any kind of stimulants, and, you know, and alcohol, and, you know, I mean, I don't take any of that back. I think those are what have given me what I have had. It's just that this is how it works. People think that oh, well, you've gone this far and you've only got this little bit to go. They don't understand that actually 7 milligrams of Valium sounds like it should be nothing, right? But it's a big deal. And to think that it could take like into next year to come off of 7 milligrams, and that as you get lower and lower, it can get harder and harder. It's just unfathomable, and I want to keep documenting this because God forbid something happens to me or it continues to happen to other people. I even did a tweet to support after seeing I'm sorry, her name is Chris Cornell's wife, and she liked my tweet. I just wanted to really show her that how much she has our support, and how much we need voices like hers that people are going to listen to, because they're not listening to you and me, you know. And because I believe her when she says Ativan, you know, played a part in his death. Absolutely, I believe her. And so anyway, I don't know really what else to say right now. I don't know what to do as far as sleep. It comes with the territory, I assume, especially when that was your issue to begin with, you know. And I know a lot of you guys are going through worse right now because I think it was I can't remember her name. Was it Kim? Somebody. I'm gonna find you on Facebook. I was so sick when I posted. I did, but I know you're in a cold turkey state, and that's a state I would not have survived without my fiance. And you know, my circumstances of life that happened because of this, I know has made this, you know, even more difficult. Because like I said, I have some of that documented on my older videos of the cold turkey, and it got so much worse. I can't even believe it. I'm just trying to hold on to that. It's, you know, I'm not actually like screaming all night and running around like a crazy person and pacing for 14 hours and just, you know, my flesh doesn't feel like it's burning off my skin right now like it did cold. There was a lot of symptoms with cold turkey that I don't have, but but the ones you do have, you can't really describe it, you know. It's not, it looks like it's just panic anxiety, but it's so beyond that. But you can't really put it into words. You really can't put it into words. This isn't as bad as Saturday, but all right. Yeah, I'll see. I gotta decide whether I even want to upload this. I don't know. I want this drug off of prescription pads. That's what I want. I want people to know two things: that God is hope, God is why I'm still here, and that benzodiazepines should not ever be on a prescription pad, period. Nobody's gonna change my mind about that. Nothing anybody's gonna say on here, with all due respect, anywhere, is gonna change my mind ever, ever. That this drug should not be prescribed, as far as written out and handed to by your a doctor in a facility, you know, in the office, whatever, for you to go get refilled for sleep, for anxiety, for, you know, for tremors, whatever. No, 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 no. So, and I will stand by that till the day I die, whether that day is tonight, today, tomorrow, or when I'm 90. I will stand by that. My grandson isn't going to grow up in a world that still does this to people. He's not. Not if I have anything to say about it. He's not. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. This doesn't happen in other countries, guys. Other countries have messed up healthcare systems too. But there's a lot of countries that don't have this kind of epidemic and that are not allowing this kind of drug to in the hands of doctors to destroy people's lives. You know, and it doesn't take 18 years or a few years for it to start its destruction, as a lot of you know who have been on it for a few months or a year. And I have an old school friend that found me, and she went through opiate withdrawal, and she said she knows, she can relate, but she said after about 6 months, she was like a new person, and she felt, you know, great after the 6-month process, you know, and it's horrible. I've never been through that, but I know, but I've talked to too many people that have gone through both, and every single one their testimony is that there's nothing that compares to coming off of benzodiazepines, with the symptoms, with the length of time, with the long-term effects, some permanent, effects of it. So I can't advocate this drug for anything except, you know, to a one-time dose to save a life, you know, like I said before. So I apologize again for the crying, for just being a complete falling apart cocoon right now. But you know, it's part of this, and like I said, if my life saves other lives, whether this is my last video or the first of many more to come, then it has to be told. And so yeah. And I usually I never watch my videos. I usually upload them, and then if I come across it, sometimes there's something that I try to watch and I kind of cringe, and it's like, oh God, Shirley, you were wiping your nose the whole time. You look pathetic and you sound pathetic, and when I get in this state, my voice raises, and like, like I should worry about any of that stuff, you know. It's just the way I am. Anyway, if anybody sees this, that you know, I don't understand why. I understand why you guys can't be here, but I've lived in this county I'm in for 35 plus years,
I've been a member of several churches for many, many years. The one my kids grew up in, for one. I don't understand. I know a lot of people, and I have a lot of people that say they love me. I have a lot of people that say me. The thing is, they're not at my door. They're not calling. They're not here. They're not helping me. When I posted, I was begging God to take my life. But you know what? Which I've already told my youngest son, you know, I want immediate cremation. I don't want to spend money on a service. We don't have the money for that. I don't have any life insurance. But I wouldn't want a service, because why would I want all these people to, you know, they would be the first ones to like show up, you know, to comfort my kids, or, you know, to pay their respects. But you didn't while I was alive, so no. But that's how it would be, you know. That's how it would be. They would be the first ones at the funeral home. You know, it's pretty disturbing, but you know, it is what it is, right? Like I said, one of my favorite sayings, it is what it is. What are you gonna do? I can't change people's hearts. I can't change their minds. I can't change their perception. I can't change their belief. I can just pray. I can only pray. That I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna go pray now. I appreciate your guys' prayers. I pray for you guys every night. Yeah. Lots of prayer.